Hey guys, how you modern Vikings doing today? Out there crushing it, killing it, smashing it, conquering it, becoming stronger and better every day. I hope you are. I hope you are. That's the whole point of this. So today I wanted to talk to you about having, well, I guess a little bit about decentralization, a little bit about Gandhi. What? Gandhi? He wasn't a Viking. No, but he had resolve, he had integrity, he had strength, strength of character, fortitude. Um, there's this great quote that's attributed to him, and whether it is or isn't, I don't actually know. But it's a great quote, and it makes you think. So, I think one of the greatest things about him was he was, and here's the quote, be the change you want to see in the world. And he lived that. It wasn't something he talked about, he just actually lived it. He did the thing. He didn't just talk about the thing. So, I want to talk to you about that now, based on where we're at in time. It is currently 9/17/2021. Really interesting times. Definitely heading into some hard times. I do believe that after we get through these hard times, we're going to have a new renaissance, and I think we're going to have some fucking awesome times. But I think we're going to have to go through some dark times first, which is why I've been making a lot of these videos. Now, decentralization. A government, any government, um, their main purpose is to acquire power. And maybe that's not their original purpose, maybe that's not their stated purpose, but if you watch the actions and not the words, you'll see over time that's basically what it is, the acquisition of power. That in itself, there's nothing wrong with it. As individuals, we should be concerned with our own personal power and the acquisition of more of that for ourselves and our family, our clan, tribe, whatever. Um, but that acquisition of power for governments typically leads to great corruption. And the bigger and more powerful the government, the bigger the corruption typically is. In the West, we are definitely seeing a lot of that now, to really almost the point of no return. But in any case, that's another story. What I wanted to talk to you about is what you'll see is they'll centralize their power. They want you to live in the cities. They want you to live under their control, where they can control the shipping, they can control the money, they can control the food, everything that you will need to live. They can control that very easily, which means what? They can control you very easily. Now, there's a lot of different theories about this, a lot of different people talk about it, and some people are like, oh, that's not positive, let's think positively, and this and that. And while I agree to some extent, yes, you should be positive, you should be thinking positively and moving in a positive direction, I think you should also pay attention to what the fuck's going on and wake up and realize, oh, this has actually happened before. This isn't new. If you look at real history, if you look at what's actually happened in history, you'll see that this centralization of power, this is just part of it. Governments centralize it. They centralize the money. They centralize basically the control of everything. And then it makes you a lot more pliable when they want to take away your rights, because they hold you by, well, they say by the short hairs is the phrase, but basically they hold what you need. So you don't have a lot of choice if you like to continue to eat, if you like to continue to pay your bills or have shelter or take care of your family or anything like that. I mean, history is a great teacher. I'm not talking about the bullshit that you learn in your public schools. I mean real history. Look at real fucking history. Look at real governments that have come before. Look at real empires that have risen and fallen. Look at the real causes of those things, and you'll start to see a trend. Just like with everything, you'll start to see a trend. Oh, it's pretty consistent. It does this when this happens. And you'll see too that that's happening right now. I know a lot of people think, oh God, you're crazy. What are you talking about? Well, if you know, then you know. If you don't know, either educate yourself, really educate yourself, or shut the fuck up. All right? I'm not going to sit here and, try to teach you something you don't want to learn. I'm not going to waste my breath. I don't got that much time in my life. Do you? No. So here's the thing, they want the control, they want more power. They will always lust after more power. They will always reach and grab and try to take more power. And that's fine. Recognizing that is where you will be able to hopefully have, maintain, or reclaim your own power. Having and reclaiming your own power at this point in time, I think reclaiming your power is what you can do in the West. I don't think there's any. I don't think there's any other part of that you can really do too much of. I think it's about reclamation of power. Now, there are ways to do this, and it's going to sound um, maybe on the fringe, but the ways to do this is to disobey. It's to do the things that you're told not to do. It's to move from very centralized living to decentralized living. And there's a lot of others. I mean, decentralized currency, very cool concept that we're lucky enough to be experiencing now. The cryptocurrency, Bitcoin revolution, that I believe will truly revolutionize everything at the end of it all. But moving away from this, so maybe don't live in the city. Maybe move to the outskirts. Maybe move to a more rural municipality where you could be hopefully left alone a little bit. Maybe raise some animals. Maybe grow your own garden, grow your own food, have some crops. Um, Live someplace where you can do that and not be bothered. Just an idea. Develop a portable income, something that can go with you that you can do anywhere. The rise of the digital nomad is something that is very real right now, and something that I'm personally pursuing as well. Now, I've let you see where I work. I work in a hospital, and I have for years. And what I do for the hospital allows and requires me to have access to pretty much everything. Now, that being said, I've seen a lot of stuff. And I'm not going to go into the details here because I don't want my tiny little channel to get crushed and deleted. I've already experienced quite a bit of that stuff on other platforms. So I'm not going to say all the words, but um, we'll just say that there's a lot going on that has to do with centralization of more and more power and centralization of more and more control over our lives in the West. Now, personally, I'm going to follow a man who was not a Viking. But in this way, I think he was a strong man. He was, and he lived that be the change you want to be see in the world. Be it. So Gandhi lived that. Now I'm living that myself. I will no longer be at this position much longer. I received a certain I really don't want to use the words, but an exemption based on a request that I made, and they said I was at this point in time exempted from the craziness that is going on. But that's not good enough for me, and I just don't honestly feel good about it. I don't feel like that's the right way to do it. And so I'm not doing that. And in fact, I have already sold most of my stuff that ties me down. Um, my real estate is for sale and will be sold soon. And I'm moving away from the centralized location to go to a location where things will be harder physically, but they'll be real and they will allow me to take back more power from the centralized governments and allow me to live a better life, a more natural life. Now, people say shit. Oh, how great, good for you, this and that. Well, good for me, what? I made the choice. Just like you could make the choice. Oh, well, I couldn't do, no, I mean, I've got too much. Really? I got 5 kids. What the fuck do you have? What you got is more important than what I got. You can't walk away from it. You can't sell everything. You can't whip out your big pair of balls and say, hey, motherfucker, I'm doing this. Well, that's what I'm doing. So, here they are. I'm putting my money where my mouth is, and I'm going to be the change I want to see in the world. I'm going to live it. I'm going to show it. And I know that it's going to pay off for me. Will there be challenge? Of course there fucking will. There's always challenges, man. It's life. Maybe there's other planets and other lives where this shit doesn't happen like this, but here and now, this planet, you're going to have some struggle, and that's okay. Because you know what? Struggle's good for you. Struggle makes you stronger, and that's a very good thing. Being stronger is a very good thing. Now, I want my boys to be strong. I want them to grow to be strong men. I want my women to be feminine women, capable women, um, and, well, really capable. Now, the move is one that most people look at me and are like, you are nuts. How could you do this? You know, you have a great job, you make lots of money, you've got a good home and a great place to live, and yeah, sure, I do. Um, I'm not going to suffer by leaving. I'm going to improve my life drastically, as I would expect, and as you know, I would expect from any one of you. We're not leaving to lessen ourselves. We're leaving to increase ourselves and acquire more power for ourselves. Now that means something different to a lot of people. Me acquiring more power for myself and my family, to me, is control. To me, is freedom. To me, having more freedom is more important than having a good job. Honestly, fuck that. I don't give a shit. I've never wanted to have a job in my life, and I've had jobs, and I've made lots of money doing lots of different things, and done well. But it's not pursuing what I think is important to pursue at this moment. Now, will I make more money? Of course, I'm going to go make more money. I'm also going to have more freedom and more personal power over my own life and my own choices, and in a place where I'll have like-minded people around me. Excuse me. I encourage this. I recommend this. If they tell you you can't have something, uh, buy 3, 4, or 5 of those things. If they try to tell you not to go someplace and you shouldn't go there, and yeah, you should go there. You should check it out. You should research it, see if it's a good place. Um, and you have to consider the source too, and you have to look at the benefit to them of telling you what they're telling you. I mean, one of the biggest fucking tragedies of our school system today is they don't teach you how to think for yourself. They don't teach you how to use your own fucking brain. Man, if I would wish anything for all of you out there, think for yourself. Learn to think accurately and think for yourself. Not just regurgitating some bullshit that somebody told you because, oh, well, they're a teacher, they're this. God bless them, but they're just indoctrinated fools. They're useful idiots in this whole Marxist program that, that we're experiencing. Now, that being said, I think that this is not, oh, I'm so great, look at me, I'm doing this. This is meant as, look at me, look at what I'm doing, but look at it as an example. Look at it as, hey, maybe you could do something similar. Maybe, maybe in a smaller scale. Maybe don't uproot your whole family. Maybe that's not the answer. That's the answer for me, but maybe it's not the answer for you, and that's okay. It doesn't have to be. Maybe yours is something so simple as, well, you still live in an urban area, but you learn to, you know, have a little garden on your patio. And, I don't know where you're at or whatever. And maybe you get a few chickens, and they lay some eggs for you. And you learn to take care of the animals and grow your own food. Do some things that give you some personal power back, that make you less reliant on a centralized government and the control that they want to exercise over your life. Become physically strong, become healthier, lose some weight. This reduces your reliance on the medical system. This increases your self-reliance just because you have increased your overall health, and then you feel better, and then you can do more and feel even better, and do more and feel even better. Growing your own food, knowing where your food comes from, knowing that what you put into it, knowing that it is truly as healthy as it can be, these are very awesome things that I don't think people really, for the most part, even really understand these concepts anymore. A lot of people, most people, don't even know where their food comes from anymore. You know, well, you watch some documentaries and discover where your food comes from, and it's actually kind of not awesome. So, anyway, I would say move away from, the cities if you can. Um, Move towards a more decentralized life. Um, Acquire, more decentralized currency, things that they can't control, stores of value that will store your wealth no matter what they do to collapse the currency, um, or whatever else. And you have to look too, like the United States government throughout history, unfortunately, has not been our friend. Don't get me wrong. I love America. I love America with all my heart. And it's, the thing is America is a concept. America is an idea, an ideal to live up to. Um, just as the Ubermensch, Superman, would be a concept to live up to, the ultimate man. Well, moving away from the centralized governments, becoming self-sufficient, self-reliant, and taking back your own power, your personal power, for you and your family, your sovereignty. Some people call it sovereignty. That's a good word for it. Um, there's really nothing that will be as empowering to you as that. You want to be a strong man? Well, fuck. Even the ladies out there, this advice right here, this goes all the way across the board, no matter where you're at. If you already live in the country and you already got some animals and you already got this and that, and good for you. See what more you can do. What more you can do to become stronger, more self-reliant, self-sufficient, and really continue acquiring more and more power for yourself and your clan, your tribe. You know, um, Learn to do some things. Learn some new skills. Learn, animal husbandry. Learn what crops grow where you're at that would do well. What crops would sustain you. Learn about food preservation and things like that to get you through the winter or the hard times when there may be food shortages. Learn about all these things that will give you power and will take it away from the centralized institutions, the centralized governments, corporations, everything else. Take your power back while you still can. Because I promise you, if they can, they're coming for every last one of your fucking freedoms so that they can have all the power and you can be a good little slave, a good little sheep. But if you're a Viking, you're not a fucking sheep. If you're a strong modern man, you're a fucking wolf. You're a lion. You're a powerful predator who's not going to bow down, who's not going to just do what he's told, lay on the ground and piss on yourself. You're going to get up and you're going to be strong. You're going to make the right, intelligent choices for you and your clan, and you and your family and your tribe, and you will prosper and you will thrive through the dark times that are knocking on the door right fucking now. So I hope that helps. Always choose to be a strong modern Viking. Always choose to choose your own fate. Don't let somebody else do it for you. Don't let somebody else decide what's going to happen to you and your family and your clan and your kin. Fuck that. You choose. You stand up. You be strong. And you choose your own fate. Have a great day, guys. Kick ass. Make the choice to be strong. Peace.